What is the dealio? Today we got a straight banger today. All right, you already know every single day I'm coming to you with some heat. I'm coming to you helping you become a better trader. I'm helping you simplify trading. All right. So today we got a great trader today. We're gonna talk about how I hit 150 on Shopify in I think 1 minute or maybe 2 minutes. All right. Now, before we get into it, I just want to say be sure to like this video. All right. Be sure to like this video, and also I want to give you a lesson on the base hits. All right. We all know at this point, if you've been rocking with me for a while now, we know that I am a big advocate of base hits. All right. So, what does base hits mean? I do not try to get 50% per trade. All right. If you could get three 10% trades in a day, that is 30% on your money. Okay. So if let's say you risk $3,000 for the day, all right, 30% of $3,000 is $1,000. So you would make $1,000. Well, it's a little bit less. It's like 950, right? You would make that amount on your money that day. Okay, so let's focus on the percentages and let's focus on the base hits. All right, this was one of the base hits for the day. We got Shopify. We've been really printing with Shopify in the chat the past week or so because things have just been blaring, and there's been a lot of opportunities in the market to the downside. This morning was no different. We had like three different plays that all happened at the same exact time, right? So I ended up taking Shopify because it happened a little bit faster than the other ones. All right. So we're gonna go over that and then we're gonna break it down. It's a very simple trade. Okay. So let me go pull it up real quick. All right, guys. So as we can see right here, we got Shopify. I made $149 after the fees and 38 cents, right? So I got in this trade at 9:50 and 50 seconds, and then I got out at 9:51 and 59 seconds. So we talking about a minute. We talking about a minute and 9 seconds, right? And we made $149. And then this was on Shopify. We wrote it to the downside. We had a put, and I got 5 contracts at $275 each, and that is about $1,300. I sold them for 305 and ended up making, it was like 15% trade. All right. So you can't be mad at $150 in literally 1 minute. Like, I'm not mad at that. That's why I'm so big on base hits. If you could make $150 three times, and each time you're in a trade less than 2 minutes, we talking about $450 in 5 to 7 minutes of work. All right. It's very powerful. So let's go to the charts and then we're gonna break it down real quick. Before I break it down, I want to say that there's been a lot of selling pressure. So right now, the market sentiment is bearish. Right now, the market sentiment is uncertain. So even if stocks open to the upside a little bit, depending on what stocks they are, because some stocks are going to the upside, right? But depending on what the stock is, with the market sentiment being bearish right now and there's a lot of uncertainty, all you got to do is play that. If you know that we're in a bearish sentiment right now, then we know what's going on, right? And then when we go to the fear and greed index, the fear and greed index is probably an extreme fear right now, right? Let's just go look at it real quick. And then I'll go into the charts. But let's look. Check this out, y'all. Check this out. So let's look. We got the fear and greed index, right? Look where we at right now. Last week we were right here in neutral, okay? So right now we're in extreme fear. So what does that tell you? That tells you that it's time. It's go time, right? It's about that time to start loading up, because we right here, we can't go too much lower. Hear what I'm saying? We can't go too much lower, all right? So we can only bounce from here and then go to the upside, right? So that's the fear and greed index, all right? So when you got that going on, you just want to ride the momentum of that. It's simple. Go with the trend. I don't care if I'm in a call or a put as long as I get paid, right? It's very simple. So let's go to the charts, and I'm going to show y'all this trade real quick. All right. So right here, we got Shopify. All right. So this is where we at. Okay. So boom. All right. So as you can see, this is a 5-minute chart and this is a 15-minute chart, right? Stock opened up, it wicked above here, right? So right here, I'm gonna put tested resistance, right? Tested resistance right there. And then look, it rejected off of it, right? So we have this one, this candle right here. Well, the first candle was a red candle, right? Opened up right there, came down. It opened up at resistance and it dropped. Then it tried to come up and break past it. It did not. It rejected off of it. It couldn't break above pre-market highs right here. Came down and then boom, right? Now we got this candle. It came down as well. So let's go to the 5-minute. So on the 5-minute, we saw what was going on. It was right here, okay? Right here, and then right here, and then right here, right? So it's been a lot of buying pressure, but all we did was, it was once this candle had closed right here, we was already in a market for 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes, right? So it was going down. Now this orange line is the 9 EMA, and that's the VWAP, right? So remember, the EMA is going to help you see where the trend is at. The EMAs were already spread apart. The 21 EMA was already above the 9 EMA, which is a downtrend. It was going down, and this was below the VWAP right here, right? So as you can see, it was already in a downtrend. So we saw this candle close right here, and we signaled it into the chat, and then boom, I entered in right here, right here. So I'm gonna put entry right here at the top of this candle, right? Entry, and then boom, and then what I did was I exited it right here, okay? Because it was a very strong red candle right here, all right? And then I got in right here. It was this candle I got out at. Y'all see this one right here, the red one with the selling pressure? Because what happened was this candle closed and then this candle opened, and then I saw it wasn't really going down too much further. And so I ended up getting out, and then it went all the way up, right? But all this was a pullback to go back, lower, right? But that was my exit right there. Okay. That was my exit right there. Okay. So, and that was a quick 15% trade. It was that simple. 15% trade. Obviously, I could have stayed in, and I want you guys to understand, hindsight is always 20/20. When you're looking back on your trades, you always gonna have a clear view of what you should have done. But at the end of the day, when you're in it, it's about making real-time decisions, right? So I made a real-time decision. I was up 15% in 1 minute. I'm not mad at that, right? So I got in and I got out, and we was Gucci, right? It's really that simple. Now, if you go look at Robinhood was on my watch list as well. Robinhood did the exact same thing. It did the exact same thing, right? Came up, tested, started to reject off, boom. It hovered around there, and then it boom, right? Hovered around here, and then it boom, all over again. But this chart made more sense to me rather than Robinhood, okay? So it still came down, but when I'm looking at the charts and looking at the plays and the levels and the candlesticks, this is more bearish than this one right here, okay? And so that's why I ended up taking this one, because I just knew what was going on, and it just made so much sense. All right, so that's how we hit Shopify for 15% on this trade. And yeah, it was very simple. Now, I want to give you guys one. I want to drive home this whole notion of base hits, right? So there's somebody in the Discord today, and this is exactly what I'm talking about. So I'm gonna show you what I'm saying. So look at this right here. Okay. So we have somebody. So look at this right here. So this is a profit tab. So we got so this person right here, Quentin, right? So first trade he made $57, right? And he said that was 24%. Second trade, he made 20% and he made $69, okay? And then he came back a little bit later and then he made another 11% and he made $45, okay? So if we add this up right here, we're going to add it up. We got 45 plus 69 plus, what's the last one? 57. All right. And that equals 171. All right. So he made 171 in 3 trades. This is how you grow small accounts. You let your base hits add up, right? Because it's easier to get 10%, 12% than it is to get 40%. He's smacking, 15, 20%. But is that an everyday thing? It can be, but the probability of securing a little bit of a smaller profit is going to take you a longer way, right? Because you can make $171 in a trade, but you're going to need more capital, right? If I get 10% and my gain is 171, that means that I invested 1170, right? In my contracts. So if you have a smaller account, you just got to understand what your daily goal is, and then you want to, base hit your way to that. That is my philosophy. Trying to look for 150% trade, that's going to make you unprofitable. And the goal is to become profitable. So this is how we get people profitable very quickly, right? Focus on the base hits, focus on getting in trades, focus on getting out of trades, right? And then once you understand that, then you can start going bigger on your positions, because now you're going to understand, okay, if I invest $900 and 10% of that is $90, right? But if I do that 2 times a day, that's $180, right? If I do it 3 times a day, that's $270. Or if I invest a little bit more, 10% on 3,000 is $300, right? So you got to obviously know your risk management and things like that. But I like to base hit my way to wealth, right? They already say options is risky and stuff like that, but at the end of the day, it's not risky when you have a strategy, all right? So I just wanted to drop that on y'all. I just wanted to drive that base hits point home. Base hits are going to lead to grand slams, I promise you. If you ain't got nobody on the bases, you ain't gonna get no score, right? But if you always got somebody on the bases, you always gonna have an opportunity to win. So that's what we do over here in the Prosperity Collective. All right, so if you want to join the Discord, be sure to click the link in the description box. And always remember, get out of your head, go get into this world, because your head is a dangerous place to live. All right, I appreciate y'all time. I'm going to see y'all in the next video. Peace.